July 21st, 1997. Killed Devil Hills, North Carolina. The shower hissed in the empty beach house. Steam curling into morning air. Delilah Boone, 17. Stood frozen in the doorway of 114 Driftwood Lane, her cleaning rag limp in her hand. The couple renting the place, Teresa and Daniel Langdon, were gone. Their suitcases sat untouched. Car keys glinted on the counter, but the bathroom mirror was missing, torn from the wall. 27 years later, Julia Hull, the new homeowner, pried loose a tile and found a crawl space that hid a nightmare. What she uncovered wasn't just evidence. It was a scream trapped in time. Subscribe now for the full unraveling of this chilling mystery. Delilah Boone's sneakers squeaked on the hardwood of the Driftwood Lane rental, the ocean sun seeping through the cracked windows. It was her third summer cleaning for a Cape Shore property company, wiping down counters and scrubbing sand from floors. The Langdons, a couple from Richmond, were supposed to check out yesterday. Their Ford Taurus still sat in the driveway, Virginia plates dulled by salt air. Delilah knocked, waited, then let herself in. The house felt wrong, too quiet, like it was holding its breath. The AC was off, but the shower ran, water pooling cold on the tile. A wine glass lay tipped by the couch, a paperback splayed open. Teresa's charm bracelet, with its starfish and engraved heart, wasn't on her wrist. It was nowhere. Delilah reported it to the rental office, but the sheriff's deputies shrugged. Young couple, probably ran off. Deputy Lane said, scribbling notes. No forced entry, no blood, just damp towels and that missing mirror. The case went cold by fall, the house repainted and relist. But whispers lingered. A guest in 2003 swore she heard voices in the vents. A kid in 2011 said a girl watched him from the bathroom wall. Locals called it the shower house, a name that stuck like damp rot. In March 2024, Julia Hull, 34, bought the place at auction. She and her husband, Peter, wanted a fresh start after her mother's death. The listing promised coastal charm, but the house needed work. Cracked tiles, peeling paint, a faint musty smell. Julia, a furniture restorer, didn't mind. She started in the master bathroom, scraping mildew from the shower wall. One tile shifted under a sponge, hollow beneath. She pressed harder. It flexed. "Peter," she called. "This wall's not right." He tapped it, frowning at the dull echo. 30 minutes later, they pried off the tile and drywall, revealing a crawl space, 3 feet deep, 6 feet high, thick with dust. A torn shirt, blue and clawed, lay crumpled inside. Scratches gouged the wood, some blood streaked. Then Julia's flashlight caught a glint. A silver charm bracelet, etched with TL. Detective Ruben Rivera arrived by dusk, his boots crunching on the sandy drive. A 30-year veteran. He knew the Langdon case, unsolved, barely investigated. He held the bracelet in a gloved hand. "Teresa Langdon's," he said, voice low, listed in the 97 report. Forensics swarmed the house, pulling hairs, a broken comb, a faded flip-flop. The crawl space wasn't storage. It was a cage. Julia stood outside, arms crossed, watching blue lights pulse against the dunes. "Someone was trapped in there," she whispered. Rivera nodded. "And someone built it to keep them that way. Why hide a room like that? Who was watching from the other side?" Rivera's team tore into the house, stripping walls to the studs. Behind the master bathroom, they found a second cavity, narrower, with a full-length mirror mounted inside. The glass was two-way, reflecting a tiny room. Pink wallpaper, peeling, a stained mattress, stuffed animals in a neat row. A child's room, hidden like a secret. Julia stared at the grainy feed from the microcamera. "This wasn't on the blueprints," she said, voice tight. Rivera's jaw clenched. "This isn't just about the Langdons anymore." At the precinct, Rivera dug into the 1997 case file. Thin, underworked, it held photos, a witness list, and Delilah Boone's statement. She'd heard singing behind the bathroom wall, faint, like a music box. The officer dismissed it as stress. Rivera tracked her down in Kitty Hawk, now 43, in an assisted living apartment. Her eyes sharpened when he mentioned the house. "The shower wouldn't stop," she said. and the wall sounded hollow when I scrubbed it, she told the deputy, but he'd laughed it off. Rivera scribbled a note, reassessed Delilah's credibility. Forensics found more. A meal tray in the crawl space, peanut butter residue, 62 check marks on a list, eaten. Refused, a pattern of control. Then a bombshell from the lab, a VHS tape hidden in a rusted camcorder behind the guest bathroom. The footage showed Teresa Langdon, wristbound, on the pink mattress. A man's voice, calm and low, said, "Smile for the camera. Say you're happy." She didn't. The tape was dated August 19th, 1997, 2 days after the disappearance. Rivera's pulse raced. She was alive longer than anyone knew. Julia found a clue in the kitchen, a 1997 Dolphin tour brochure, tucked behind a pantry panel. Inside, Teresa's handwriting. "He's watching me from behind the mirror." I heard breathing in the wall. The lab confirmed the script matched her driver's license signature. Rivera pulled a photo from the crawl space, a black and white Polaroid of Teresa, eyes wide, with a man in a windbreaker behind her. The face matched Gregory Kell, the property manager who booked the Langdons, filed their missing persons report, then vanished in 1998. Why build a hidden room? Why watch her? The team uncovered a blueprint in a utility closet, marked with red ink, PR, Princess Room, MV Mirror View, FE, feeding entry. The house wasn't a home. It was a machine engineered for silence. A cadaver dog alerted beneath the foundation. Excavation revealed a child-sized cot, wrapped in plastic, holding small bones. Likely a girl, 5 or 6. Not Teresa. Rivera's voice was grim. "We've got another victim." Who was she? And where was Teresa's body? Rivera's team found a tunnel behind the pantry wall, narrow, with a sliding panel to the crawl space. A handwritten inventory listed meals, check marks tracking Teresa's compliance. A final note in red. "She's beginning to listen. Still won't call me daddy." Fingerprints on the panel matched Kell and Daniel Langdon. Rivera's stomach turned. Was Daniel a victim, or something worse? A 1996 missing child case surfaced. Katie Lane, 6, taken from Chesapeake, Virginia. Her DNA matched a hair ribbon in a lockbox under the guest bedroom floor, with a crayon drawing "Label me in a pink room." VHS tapes in the house showed Katie, rigid whispering, "I'm Katie," to a man's voice, Kell's. Another tape, from a motel dumpster, had Daniel's voice. "Say the rhyme, Katie." Her reply, "If I'm good, I'll see the light. If I'm bad, it's endless night." Rivera stared at the evidence board. Daniel wasn't just missing, he was complicit. In Williamsburg, a rusted toolbox under Daniel's parents' shed held a half-burned confession. I told him no, but she wouldn't listen. He said we were making a home. Signed, Daniel Langdon. Rivera's team traced Kell to the Blue Bucket Motel, demolished in 2004. A former worker, Hank Dillard, confirmed Kell installed a mirror in room 9, where he stayed with a girl, likely Katie. A photo from Hank showed her, blurred, with a faceless doll, captioned, "Kay learns quickly." The final VHS, labeled TL Final, showed Kell in the princess room, gaunt, speaking to the camera. "I sealed her in, taught her." She stopped screaming. Teresa, barely conscious, whispered, "Not me." A glass jar, hidden in the wall, held her note, "I'm Teresa Langdon. I'm still in here. Please don't leave me behind." No date. She could have written it weeks or months later. A tunnel behind the water heater led to a buried room. Pink shoes, a rope tether, and a diary page. I count the days. He forgets to lock the door. One day I'll go through it. A 2003 shelter report from West Virginia described a woman, Tess Rayner, mid-30s, chanting Katie's rhyme. Julia clutched the note. She escaped. Rivera nodded and erased herself. No trace of Teresa existed after 2003. Kell's fate was unclear. His fingerprints stopped in 1997. Daniel's remains were never found. The Driftwood Lane house was burned in a public blaze, its secrets reduced to ash. Teresa Langdon, trapped in a machine of mirrors and vents, outlived her captors, slipping into a new life as Tess Rayner. Katie Lane's bones found rest. Her story told by a stranger's eulogy. Gregory Kell and Daniel Langdon built a lie that held for 27 years until Julia's tile cracked it open. Somewhere, Tess leaves notes in motel Bibles, drawings in shelters, a girl in a pink room. Caption, "You are not alone." Who else is still trapped? What house holds their screams? Subscribe for the next mystery.